let me introduce to you a trio. And the leader is Ashley Drant, and they are from Seattle, Washington, and they are here tonight to share their music. And I'm telling you, it's going to be awesome because it's not what you might expect a Christian band to sound like. Welcome, everybody. Ashley Durrett and her team, and God bless you guys. Good evening.
Hi, we're happy to be here.
What would you like to share with us first?
As far as music?
Yes. Well,
Yes. All right, we're gonna.
it's your show, so you can do whatever you want right now. So.
All right, we're just gonna start. You make me new. You are making me new. You make me new. You are making me
Now, is it Loban, or how do you say that?
Loban.
Loban. Loban.
It's an Indian.
So much. Oh, that sounded so beautiful. I love your voices. That's so cool. But Anil, did I say that wrong or right?
That's right.
Okay. So
That's
if I say again?
That's correct.
Okay. If I said to you, ta ta tiki tiki, ta tiki ta, would you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Ta ta tiki tiki ta ta tiki tiki ta.
My freshman year in college, I took a world music class, and we studied tabla. So so when I saw that you're going to play, I was so excited because it's like nobody knows what that means except the tabla player. So
That's right.
it was
Yeah.
beautiful. But anyways, that sound, it's really neat because those aren't congas, those aren't bongos, those are tablas, and it just has this beautiful sound. And the sound is so great. But anyways, I decided to throw that out.
Thank you.
So you guys are from Seattle. Tell me what life is like playing world music in Seattle.
Well, we really believe, because it's a really diverse city, right? So that's probably why you're like, what's it like playing it in Seattle? But we really try to reach the church and reach the community. So really opening up, coming in and playing tabla and playing music that has, this world sound is definitely going to be different for the church. And so, but we also will do like some bluesy stuff and play tabla. He'll play tabla on that, and some even Motown songs. And so it just really fits. And I think that people are a little bit surprised to hear how much it grooves. And but yeah, no, we're looking forward to playing more. Really opening up people's eyes to other sounds that they're not used to hearing. That they're not used to hearing on the mainstream. Yeah.
That is so cool. So what would you like to share with us next?
This song is called Still Small Voice. And a lot of the music that I write, a lot of times it just comes from the Lord. And when I minister and sing worship, that's when I hear the Holy Spirit speaking to the people. And this was a song that there's going to be a little bit back and forth. But it's the story of when Elijah went and fled into the cave, and God was calling him and told him that it's not that his voice is not in the wind, not in the fire, but in the earth, not in the earthquake, but in the gentle, still, small voice. And that's what we built a song. We wrote a song together on that in those verses.
Okay, this was a Red's Room first, tabla solo, tabla solo. And it wasn't, I mean, I was afraid the place was gonna catch on fire. Do you have a fire extinguisher there? Because I think the fire department is gonna shut this down if you don't.
Oh, of course, you got to thank the Almighty and my teachers. So that's number one. And just having the ability to play. I mean, I have a testimony where I was told I'll never walk again from a treacherous back surgery. And here I am. I'm still unable to sit on the floor, traditional Indian style. But, I just give thanks to God that my hands can still move and I'm able to walk. And that's where it all comes from. And my beginning was in a church. I was 7 years old playing to hymns with my mother in a church. So that's how my tabla journey began. And here I am with these magnificent ladies.
Well, I hate to do this to you, but we only have time for one more song. So if you guys would just go ahead, share what you're going to sing, and then let us have it. We are just loving to hear from Loban. So thank you guys. And one more song, you guys take it away.
Thank you so much for having us. This next song is called "Is the Lord Gracious and Compassionate?" And one of our ministries also is with Celebrate Recovery and playing music and for people who have just really come out of hard places. And this is probably my favorite song to sing that I always see people are touched by because they need to hear that the Lord is gracious and compassionate.
Amen.
Lord is gracious and compassionate, slow to anger and rich in love. The Lord is gracious and compassionate, slow to anger and rich in love. And the Lord is good to all. He has compassion on all that He has made. And the Lord is good to all. He has compassion on all that He has made. As far as the east is from the west, that's how far He has removed our transgressions from us. As far as the east is from the west, that's how far He has removed our transgressions from us. Praise the Lord, oh my soul. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord, oh my soul. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord, oh my soul. Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord, oh my soul. Praise the Lord. Lord is gracious and compassionate, slow to anger and rich in love. The Lord is gracious and compassionate, slow to anger and rich in love. The Lord is gracious and compassionate, oh, slow to anger and rich in love. The Lord is gracious and compassionate, slow to anger and rich in love. And the Lord is good to all. He has compassion more than He has made. And the Lord is good to all. He has compassion more than He has made. As far as the east is from the west, that's how far He has removed our transgressions from us. As far as the east is from the west, that's how far He has removed our transgressions from us.
Wow. That was fun. That's such a great way to share. And what I love is that I have a pretty decent musical vocabulary as well. And they have a lot of styles, and I can do a variety of things. And to hear you guys just tear the jazz out of that song, so good.
Ashley.
Hey, you got to have voices,
soul.
and you got to have a rhythm section, and you guys got the whole thing. We're so blessed to have you here tonight.
Thank
I
you.
posted your Facebook page, and if there's any other way that people can find you, let us go ahead and share it.
Actually, Facebook is perfect.
Yeah.
Just send a message. Yeah.
Okay, and let these people know how much you appreciate them taking their evening to join us on Red's Room, and
Yes.
and that God has blessed them with so many blessings. Just find a way to bless them as well. Thank you so much, Loban, for being here. And I have so many other questions, but we're running short on time. Sometime tonight, after all this stuff's done, we may be able to get an after party. And if we do, if all you bands who are on would stick around until afterwards, I know, Anil, I bet you're going to get most of the questions because you.
Wait till you hear his rain sounds. It's mind blowing.
But anyways, guys, thank you so much. We got to move on.
Yes.
God bless you,
you.
and we'll talk to you
Thank you.
soon.
It's been an honor.
All right.